matchup. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. The 25. First carry here for Nwangu. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively, when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Murray's throw here into the hands of Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Rolling to his right. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. On the give is Nwangu. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough, and he's a few inches short for 4th down. The fullback, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 7-0. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, it's Patterson. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryder. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
Flush to his right. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he'll be out of bounds.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll look to run with Nwangu, and he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kene Nwangu, his 11th touchdown of the year, and the Cardinals push further out in front. Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Ryder. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Off play action. Ryder. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. About next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Ryder. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Ryder. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Murray now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McBride. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray.
They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Melvin Ingram. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on being chased out left.
Murray has it knocked loose.
Fumble, and the Falcons grab it. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
Here's Patterson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
So a nice catch right there. And this receiving core, without their number one wideout, keep that in mind. He's inactive this week, though it shouldn't be a long-term absence.
And I would think, partner, that this is where an offensive coordinator believes he can solve the problem by spreading the ball around. Because anytime you lose your number one guy, it's obviously a blow to your offense. But it's also an opportunity to say, hey, they can't focus on trying to stop one guy. Keep spreading it around. The last part, each one of those receivers, they believe they're the number one guy, and they're ready to step up.
2nd and goal from the 1. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And this time he is in. Yes. Cordero Patterson. As the first half is winding down. And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, Andy Isabella. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Patterson on the carry, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime, Minks, had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryder got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now a give, right side. Patterson, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. First play's a run with Nwangu. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now Murray off play action. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big pickup there on the scramble.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Now it's Nwangu.
Casey Hayward makes the tackle. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Forced out to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Nwangu. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, his 19th touchdown now on the season.
And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point good by Prater, and that makes it a 21-10 game. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Back to throw. Ryder. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run with Patterson, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Falcons on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Looking to throw. Ryder dancing to his left. And that ball incomplete. Nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. That'll leave you a 4th down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
59 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Nwangu.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it to football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Cardinals are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year.
Prater for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now left side on the swing pass.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a play fake here on first down. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Run on first down. It's Patterson, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Ryder. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw on second down. Ryder over the middle. He gets it to Patterson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. He'll talk management 101.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Cardinals, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0, and they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far, and they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew,